So, what is the exact title of your job and how many years have you held your job?
Police officer for 3 years.
Um, so is that would you say this is your dream job?
Right now, um, it's a little difficult right now, but I mean, no, ideally I wanted to be in sports medicine, but then I realized I was kind of good at telling people what to do. So, I mean, ideally I'd want to be like a vet tech, but I
So,
like police work too.
did you initially go to school to be like a veterinarian tech or
No, well, I started out like when I first applied to college, I was going to be an athletic trainer, and then I realized I'm not very good at math, and it's going to require a lot of math. So then I took like a criminal justice class and got into criminal justice, and then now I love like police canines, so I wanted tech if I couldn't be like canine unit.
I got you. So, where do you work? Like, where are you a police officer at?
Farmville, Virginia, in like the town of Farmville.
So, do you work on Longwood's campus or not really?
No, so the way it works is we work in Prince Edward, but within Prince Edward County, you have the sheriff's office who works the county, and then the town units who work the town, and then you have Longwood PD that works just the university. But technically, I'm sworn in the county, so if the county needs help, we can go out and help.
I got you. So, what made you want to do the job that you currently have besides you being good at telling people what to do? And
um, I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess it was just the fact that I guess it was on the rise like a couple of years ago, and then I guess people got into it and realized they didn't like it. So, but I went and did an internship, and I mean, I took like self defense classes, and I don't know. I like to fight. um, I I don't know. I'm good at talking to people. I'm good at talking people down from things, which is really good because if you can't talk to people, then you can't be a cop.
yeah, I've realized that the older I've gotten, that cops are actually really good at initiating conversation and talking you out of stuff. I know right now with the media and everything, there's a lot of backlash on cops, and I personally, I don't agree with it. I don't think that y'all should have as much backlash as y'all are getting. But how do you feel about everything that's currently going on that has to deal with your job and all this sort of things?
Um, so I agree there are bad cops. However, the majority, the overwhelming majority is good cops, and we're not there to hurt you. We're not there to harm you in any way. We're there to help you and stand crack between 1% and the nine. And people are only seeing the bad cops because that's when people are bringing out their videos, and that's what's posting, and that's what's going viral. But I think, like in my town, I do everything I can. Like if I see a kid on the sidewalk, and I talk to them, and first, yeah, they're really scared, but the more you talk to people, the more they'll see, all right, well, I'm not seeing them as the profession, I'm seeing as a human being, and they're just like, we're just like anybody else. We just want to have human contact that is like civil, instead of always dealing with people who hate your guts.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like a lot of the backlash that y'all get is because people don't understand what you're trying to do. They think that you're just aiming for them. That you want to arrest them, but y'all really don't. Like that's the last priority. Like that's the last resort is to arrest somebody. Or
Right. Some people need to be arrested. That's the only option.
yeah,
But I mean, if I have to take you to jail, I don't want to make that ride. I don't want to do the paperwork. But if I have to, I will.
So moving on from that area, how much educational experience did you need to become a cop?
You really only need a high school diploma, but then after you apply and you get through, you need to go to the police academy, which takes months. Sometimes it takes longer, like the state police academy for Virginia is 8 months. Um, but it all depends. But just like with the state police just opened up a lateral transfer, which allows cops who have already been trained to come in, but they have to go through a 2 month too. So it's not like once you apply and you get a certification, you're certified everywhere. You have to, like some departments, you have to go through their academy. They want like special certifications.
I got you. So where did you attend the police academy at?
Central Virginia criminal justice, so it'd be in like Lynchburg.
I got you. Um, so what are some ethical guidelines that you must follow? Example, in the medical field, they have HIPAA violation where you can't tell a patient's like personal information or reports to somebody that's not in the family or has access to that.
So we have a system that dispatch runs, and it brings up your criminal histories. Um, and you once so like I guess once you print off somebody's criminal history and you need a reason to do it, and the state police monitor it very closely. If you bring up somebody's criminal history and you bring up somebody's information when you don't have a reason to run them, then that's going to be a problem. But as long as you have like a reason for like suspicious person, or you're going to arrest them, or you're investigating something, that's fine. But once you have the criminal history and you have that information and you've used it for, you have to get rid of it. You can't just leave it lying around, because when it's printed, it's got your name on it. So if it gets into somebody else's hands, you're held liable for the information that gets released.
I got you. So, what would you find to be the best part about being a cop?
Do what?
What would you find to be the best part about being a cop?
Oh. I mean, I guess getting to help people, like getting to show up and seeing people in need, or like especially domestic situations. And it goes both ways, women and men, but showing up like in people's time of need and really being able to help them and being able to not solve a problem, but I mean like just being able to make sure that they don't get hurt, and um being the person that they can go to, I guess, when things get bad.
So, on the flip side of that, what would you say is a con about it, about your job?
I guess it's going to be the darker part of it, which is like everyone gets to go to their jobs and they get to, it's a 9 to 5 job, but being a cop really is not 9 to 5. It's 24 hours a day, all the time. You're always watching people. You're always expecting the worst out of people, which is bad, but I mean, it is what it is. You're seeing the worst. You're seeing situations that nobody should ever see. But I mean, then there's the high side of it too. So.
All right, I have two more questions and then I'll end the recording. First one, how has the coronavirus affected your job?
Oh gosh, there was a time when tickets we weren't parlaying anybody over. It was a whole lot of just not looking at anybody. Just because I mean you never know who you're gonna get. People are always so anal about, oh, why don't you have your mask on? Well, because you can't understand me if I have a mask on. But yeah, I mean it's just everyone's been freaking out, and it's been a lot, but I think it's coming down right now.
Yeah, I'm actually ready for it to get back to normal. Even I don't think normals is going to be the same, but just more normal than it has been. Okay, last question before I was in the recording. What is some advice you would give to a person that wants to become a cop in the future?
Um, Especially with everything going on, listen to your training, ask questions if you don't understand. Don't ever be afraid to ask questions because sometimes you're not understand things. Like my sergeant, I have a great sergeant. He's a retired master trooper from the state police, and now he works for our department. And he's so knowledgeable. But get in with people like that. Get in with people who have been in the profession for a lot of years, who have just an overwhelming majority of knowledge, and ask questions. Just be a sponge and take everything that you can. Some ways aren't going to work for you, and that's fine, but you can take pieces from what one person says and pieces from what other people say, and you can make your own way. Just make sure you're not violating anybody's rights in the meantime.
I got you. All right, well, I'm going to end the recording right there.